So our story continues with the shocking turn of events that we were left with last chapter, as a positively
very
maimed
shocking.
and dripping with warm blood Vegito remains standing with Jiren's entire fist still launched into his body. As he watches on at his former friend with barely one eye open, he coughs. Jiren! No. Why? While a still unrelentingly angry and steadfast Jiren would just look coldly back and reply, You truly feel you even need to ask that, Son Goku? You know exactly why. And you deserve every second of this.
Oh, whoa.
As violently, Jiren would then proceed to rip out his arm completely from within Vegito's body, without a hint of compassion.
Oh, damn.
Leaving the bloodied mess of Vegito to just stumble back on the verge of collapsing from the sheer blood loss alone.
Whoa.
Suddenly though, the palm of Jiren crashes onto Vegito's surprised face, muffling his mouth as he attempts to yell, just as Jiren did before he disposed of Yamoshi.
Okay.
Get out of my sight! With a tough push, then tossing the helpless godkiller by the face straight down to the ground. As Jiren frankly then lets out, lay down right there. This place shall be your grave.
I mean, Vegito does deserve this. I mean, he literally trapped Jiren in there for I don't know how many years, dude. Just like himself,
in a
right?
straight line.
So.
Damn you, Jiren! Leaving Vegito now in unbearable pain as blood continues to forcefully spurt out of his mouth, and he can no longer even meet his eyes with the former Pride Trooper.
Okay.
But meanwhile, Jiren would power up an intense aura around his body and begin walking slowly towards his victim, holding his palm in the air as he looks into its center and declares, Son Goku, your time has come, warrior. Your sins will finally be paid. Something you've made me wait 3 decades for.
Oh, wait, was he in there for 3 decades?
Just like Belmont, stole so many years of my life without a thought about mine.
He was in the Pyramid of Power for basically 30 years? Oh, nah.
But at least with him, in that lie he told me, I got to spend my days in the outside world, in freedom.
Yep, that's true.
Yet you made me live in a true version of hell. Somewhere you knew I could even die. And just for that, just like him, you too will disappear from this realm for eternity. And as Jiren would walk towards Vegito, it would seem not only his rage was building, but his aura too with it, growing deeper and deeper in red as he approaches. The now panicked and truly defeated Vegito, though, at this point would only be able to look on, not even able to crawl his back any further backwards as he grumbles. Jiren, think about this. I did this for the greater good. I'm sorry, but please, just listen to me. Understand that I did this to stop another Belmont from ever doing something like what he did to you again. Like what he did to me.
Yeah, I hear you talking, Vegito, but like, you should have just did it normal.
Silence! I am done with your manipulation! But instantly, Jiren's rage would explode verbally, as his veins begin pumping on his skull, and he would let out a yell that immediately brings the battlefield to a standstill. As Vegito, now well and truly quietened, would almost accept his fate now and his incoming punishment, as he would concede mentally.
He did this to himself,
It's no use with this guy, Jiren. All he knows now is rage and revenge, just like me. I'm trying to talk to and convince him as if he knows me, like I'm an old friend. But the truth is, he doesn't know me at all. He knows Goku,
not
Vegito.
Yeah, that's true.
But as Vegito readies for his eventual destruction, suddenly our view rushes towards the center of Vegito's mind and very soul.
Okay.
Damn it! As suddenly we then see the unexpected face of none other than Vegeta, panicked and angry as he becomes aware of what is happening outside and yells out, "It's over! We're all going to die in here, and there's nothing we can do about it, Kakarot!" Before we then see a flustered Goku too, beat up and with torn clothing, as if having been training this whole time. Before with gritted teeth, he mumbles back in disbelief, "No, Jiren! He wouldn't. Why?
No, I think
What
he
is
would.
going on out there, Vegeta?"
I think he would, yeah.
While an unimpressed Goku Black would hunch his head down with his hand on his hip and question, "What do you mean, what's going on out there? Mortal, exactly how stupid are you? Is this Vegito freak not just you fused with that other Saiyan? How can you not be aware of your own actions?" Well...
Yeah.
To which comedically an embarrassed Goku would suddenly
else.
place his hand behind his head and explain quietly, "I guess I've been a little busy. I've been training to get stronger. That new guy who came in doesn't say much, but he's really powerful. I didn't really think I'd need to be wondering what Vegeta would be doing too. I guess I just thought he'd do what Vegeta and I would do." As behind
that's
Goku,
that demon that
a
Vegito
comedically
absorbed,
battered
right?
and bruised demon is seen. The same one Vegito absorbed after breaking it free from Guts' sword. But in a stark contrast to Goku's unserious explanation, shockingly, the new Majin Buu that Vegito also absorbed is seen finally too. As stoic as ever, the magical pink creature would just sit with a hint of frustration letting out, "Idiots. You are all idiots. The lot of you. I, for one, am glad this Jiren figure outside is finally going to erase us all in here. I've tried my best to enjoy some peace and quiet for weeks now, and all I can hear are you all fighting like
Wait, has it
animals.
even been? Has it even been weeks, bro?
Put back to sleep now than have to deal with you for any longer." But Goku, disregarding anything that Buu just said, turns back to Vegeta in a rush and yells, "Come on, Vegeta! There's gotta be something we can do. How do we make Vegito talk to him? I feel like you haven't said a thing to me about what we've been doing for months. Have you been making all the decisions without me or something?" If only, Kakarot. Leaving a stern Vegeta to just look to Goku with a sense of silence before walking past his fellow Saiyan and explaining, "No, clown. I haven't been the one making decisions here, and neither have you for months now. I'm afraid Vegito has become his own person, Kakarot. That yell he gave us before was no one-off. He's been doing just whatever he wanted, getting revenge for us, but in any way possible. Vegito right now seems to be the embodiment of all the darkness and anger that remains in our hearts after what was done to our loved ones. And it seems Jiren too was caught in the crossfire of whatever plans Vegito had. He locked him in a room similar to the hyperbolic time
for
chamber
30 years.
For 30 years.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
What? 30 years?
Yeah, 30
That's worse
years.
than even what the gods made us do.
Yeah.
We did that. No.
Oh, that's messed up,
How could
dude.
Vegito be his own person?
That's messed up, bro.
How does that even work, Vegeta?
What did he even eat? That's what I want.
Kakarot, stop being a fool and look around you! Immediately causing Vegeta to throw his finger towards pointing at the other remaining 3 figures inside Vegito's mind, as he continues. What do you mean, how does this work? This is just the reality, Kakarot. Have you not wondered even for a second how these things ended up in here with us? That pink blob over there is supposed to be Boo. His whole body and appearance altered because of what Vegito had been doing with the time rings. And Black? You really think either of us would want him in here?
You see his face.
You've just spent this whole time either sat like a buffoon, not worrying at all, or fighting that strange demonic creature over there. Even I don't even know how he got here. You, just like me, let this happen. We turned a blind eye to Vegito's actions, and now things have gone too far. But meanwhile, back on the outside, the God Killer continues his futile attempt to stop his end, as he looks back at Jiren and whispers, Jiren, this isn't about me and you. This is about the multiverse, the future of all of us mortals. But an unyielding Jiren regardless would just clap back. Yes, warrior. This is for the sake of the multiverse. I will save them all from you. You are not the man I once thought you were. You are no Son Goku. You are Vegito, the God Killer. And the day you met me is the day I too became one. And if I exist, then you no longer need to. I alone will maintain peace between the gods and mortals of this realm from now on. I will do it my way, and grow stronger my own way also, without putting anyone through the torture and pain both you and Belmod subjected me to. While standing right above and top down on Vegito, Jiren would outstretch his palm yelling, "This is goodbye, warrior!" As the panicked Vegito would just finally yell back out, "No! Jiren, stop! Okay!" But alas, the yells of regret are lost as Jiren the Grey, former god of destruction of Universe 11, utters the words of pure
bro.
and complete erasure.
Yeesh.
It's over. And on the inside in that split second, even Vegeta now gives up, folding his arms and closing his eyes, readying himself as he just explains to the rest. This is the end of the line. Even with the time rings, they won't do much here. Vegito can barely even move a muscle in his body. That Kaioken really did mess up everything, Kakarot. No! No! But as Vegeta gives up, a frustration and defiance builds up within Goku instead. As gritting his teeth together and clenching his fists, the Saiyan would then yell out, "No! Jiren can't do this to us! He can't do this to our families! He wouldn't!" Jiren! Before suddenly out of the blue, or should I say yellow, Goku transforms into his Super Saiyan 2 form with blue lightning sparking all over. Piquing Vegeta's interest as the light causes him to open his eyes and wonder. Kakarot, what are you trying to do? You can't just power up and win this one, my friend. Just you wait and see, Vegeta! As despite the prince's words, Goku would continue to power up this time to Super Saiyan Blue.
Okay, Super Saiyan Blue.
This time confusing Black, as he questions, "Now what is that mortal doing now? Is he trying to fit in one last fight before our erasure?" But in spite of the questions, Goku's power continues to grow from strength to strength. As now, like a spectacle in the middle of a crowd, all the rest of the trapped warriors inside watch as Goku continues to change until... I'm not letting you do this, Jiren!
That was that Ultra Ego Goku, bro?
As shockingly, Goku suddenly then transforms into his own Ultra form. Combining
not Ultra Ego, like, you know, Ultra Goku.
Ego,
that's what I meant to say.
His hair now becoming
Ultra
a
Ego
mixture
and
of
Ultra
silvery white
Instinct. Okay,
and
damn.
dark purple, as his eyebrows disappear and become a near spitting image of Ultra Vegito. Shocking Majin Buu at first, who can't help but have PTSD citing.
Damn,
That power,
PTSD. Oh,
it's
damn.
the same as the guy from before. No, not again. Kakarot. But of course, of all the four remaining, is of course Vegeta the most bewildered and shell-shocked as he just barely mutters, Kakarot, what on earth? When did you achieve that form too? Never mind, I'll tell you later. Right now, I'm going to stop Jiren. Before unbelievably placing his two fingers on his forehead, ready for instant transmission, and incredibly, actually begins to then vanish before the eyes of everyone. Kakarot! What? Mortal?
Immortal.
You could do that? As all of the rest are left open-mouthed at the sudden
they're all
and
shocked.
completely
That's what they
unexpected
are.
turn of
Damn, what
events
the-
from our
Goku,
hero,
where you go, Goku?
Son Goku.
IT, bro?
Stop. For me. Please, my friend. And suddenly in the real world, outside, Son Goku appears outside of Vegito, grabbing Jiren's forearm and stopping his Hakai. Huh? Son Goku! Of course, instantly sending Jiren into a frenzy of nostalgia, emotion, and incredulity, as the Horned Warrior turns his head and stares in silence for a moment, before just whispering, "Is that really you? What? Kakarot?" But on the ground, the once so weak he could barely talk or open his eyes, suddenly, Vegito bursts open both of his eyes as his heart beats faster and faster, and he yells, How? Did I do this somehow? What's going on here? But Goku, not worrying at all about Vegito's reaction, would just focus his attention on Jiren, staring at him in the eyes with the kind of warm and welcoming smile we'd expect from Goku, as he says softly, "Yeah, it's me, Jiren. Long time no see, my friend. But I haven't got much time left, I don't think. Just please, forgive me. Please, forgive him for what he did. I didn't want this, and neither did Vegeta. We don't really know what's going on, but we do know if you kill Vegito, we'll die too. And all of this would have been for nothing. We'll do better by you in the future. I promise, my friend." But before Goku can even finish his final line calling Jiren his friend once more, the Saiyan warrior, who had no right being in the outside world, suddenly then vanishes back as if by force and not by choice. And for a good few moments, both Vegito and Jiren would remain in a stunned silence and awe, trying their best to verify what had just happened and if it was even real. What decision will the two make now that Son Goku has entered the picture? But back within the confines of Vegito, as expected, Goku eventually returns, much to the surprise of Vegeta. And immediately then proceeds to revert back to base with a pleased smile, as if he knew he'd accomplished something, letting out, "Now, it's all up to you, Jiren. It was good to see you again, my friend." Kakarot! But still reeling with shock and fascination, Vegeta would yell out to Goku, "What the hell did you just do? You escaped Vegito? How in the world could you always do that?" But Goku in response would just laugh distantly and look to the sky saying back, "I don't really know Vegeta, to be honest. I never thought about trying it till now, and it really shouldn't have worked. But I feel like in another life, I've used instant transmission to do something similar before."
BoJack movie?
As inexplicably behind Goku, a callback to when an alternate Goku used instant transmission to move from heaven to the living world to save Gohan from BoJack then appears. Kakarot! Back on the outside though, Vegito still remains as confused as ever, beginning to wonder, what just happened there? Kakarot escaped my body. That was really him. But my energy stayed the same. I didn't defuse. What does that mean? While Jiren just remains still, completely silent and in deep thought himself as he stands over Vegito, not uttering a word. Jiren! But eventually, Vegito, snapping out of his shock, would then begin lifting up his torso, addressing the former god and asking, "Jiren, what now? I know that must have been confusing for you. It's confusing for me too. But are you going to go through with this after everything the gods have done? Or do you want to join me and protect every mortal that exists together?" But immediately as Jiren hears these words, rage fills him once more, as with an angered yell he shouts, "No! No! Never! Damn you, Son Goku!" Quickly swiping his arm unexpectedly before yelling, "This is all your fault, Son Goku!"
What?
Immediately blasting off an incomparably strong beam of energy right near Vegito, its size making the God Killer appear as a mere toddler before it. revealed soon after to have missed Vegito by the shortest of nanometers, as the God Killer cannot help but marvel at his power and comments,
"That energy, it's unreal. He still had all of that left in the tank after Yamoshi."
And in its aftermath, nothing but destruction is left in front of Jiren and beside Vegito, as a giant crater spanning the length of half the planet is then
It's like One Punch Man stuff, bro.
Jiren!
leaving the weakened Vegito to just watch on now, wondering what this all even means. Does this mean Jiren is on his side again, or not? But immediately, without any more to be said, or to answer any more questions left on the table, Jiren begins walking forward, immediately leaving Vegito behind.
Huh? Hey, wait!
But regardless of Vegito's quiet call-out, Jiren would continue his walk forward. So fast, eventually he has now left the God Killer completely in the dust, and now far off in the distance.
Wait!
But now realizing his key to defeating all the gods is disappearing without a word before him, with the last of his remaining strength, he calls out to him,
Jiren, don't just leave! What is the meaning of all this? You left me alive. Does that mean you're going to help? No!
But quickly, Jiren yells out in dismissiveness, turning his head back finally to look at Vegito in the eye and say,
I no longer want to be a part of any of this. No part of your life, and no part of your death either. I want nothing to do with you and your damn revenge. Vegito, your vengeance against the gods is your battle. Mine was just against Belmod, and he is gone.
Okay.
At one point I would have joined you.
Yep.
But not now.
Damn you, Vegito, man. Why didn't you just be chill and train together normally, bro? Damn.
And you can thank Son Goku for that. But if he's listening in there, just know, carrying on within this creature will be the death of you, warrior. Escape while you still can.
Before immediately, then shooting straight off into the sky.
We could have had Jiren and
Within
Vegito
nanoseconds, no longer
like killing all the
even
gods,
being
bro. That would have been cool, man.
And the wounded Vegito, with a
Hey, at least Vegito's
would
still
then be
alive
left
though,
all
right?
alone, sitting on his backside, just watching on as his once considered future partner now escapes into thin air. As he thinks,
Damn it! I went too far with him. Jiren, I didn't mean to. And now he wants nothing to do with me. What a waste. That power he had, there's no doubt about it. He would have been useful against those two. He really saved my butt this time. And that was just against Yamoshi. This may turn out to be more of a loss than I'll ever realize.
and as Vegito's back straightens up, he contemplates further.
It even looked like near the end, Jiren even surpassed Yamoshi. Both of them made me look like a chump.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
can't let something like that happen again. Or the next time I fight one of these freaks, it'll be the end of me.
That's true. Kaioken was
Talking
devastating.
freaks.
Eventually noticing in the distance the resting place and location of the defeated third. And as we look on at him, indeed Yamoshi remains, eyes closed, presumably unconscious and completely beaten.
Okay.
Alright,
Time for dinner, I guess.
As Vegeta would then forcefully, with a struggle, get up to his feet, before proceeding to slowly walk over to Yamoshi in the distance.
Ugh, that took a while.
And after a few minutes, Vegito, still heavily bleeding, would eventually reach just before Yamoshi. Looking down, trying not to lose consciousness, and letting out patronizingly,
Jiren. Damn. Jiren really did a number on you, didn't he? It only took him one move once he got angered. So much for being the strongest Saiyan in history. What did you say?
Oh no.
But suddenly, like a bat out of hell, and a zombie returning to life, Yamoshi's peaceful sleep is cut short as he suddenly opens one eye and screams out to Vegito.
What did you say?
Quickly even managing to raise his torso to look up at the God Killer and continuing.
Yeah, they're both damaged like a lot.
You have no right to look down on me. You're a disappointment. Hardly even a Saiyan. You couldn't beat me on your own. You needed the help of that thing. That demon. As far as I'm concerned, whether I die here or not by your hand, I will always remain the strongest Saiyan that
I mean, I do believe he is the strongest Saiyan, definitely.
Remain a coward. So do.
I mean, this is not a. He's not a
kill
fusion.
me,
None
erase
of that.
me.
That's crazy.
I couldn't care less.
And hearing this, the beaten and damaged Vegito would appear annoyed at first, but then surprisingly would let out,
You're right, Yamoshi. You're stronger than me. Far stronger. You are the strongest Saiyan that ever lived, and I can attest to that. But you must be crazy if you think I'm letting you die here. That kind of power is not going to waste, my friend. You're not the same as the other two members of the strongest.
And why is that?
For one, you're a Saiyan.
Okay,
It's
that's
like
one.
you said. I'm a direct descendant of you. And that just means you're going to fit right in with Kakarot and Vegeta. Huh?
Vegeta would then suddenly summon
Okay.
his angel staff. Before quickly
Was he gonna get some more
tapping
Potara?
out two familiar black
Yep, here we
earrings
go.
too.
Potara earrings again. He's gonna do.
Those are.
He's gonna do exactly what he did to
Shocking
Black,
Yamoshi
bro.
momentarily as he
guess
realizes
just because he's a
instantly
Saiyan is
what
why he's doing
Vegito
this.
is conjuring up as he finishes.
Angel grade Potara. No, you're not.
Whoa.
Before just like that, Vegeta would move swiftly to stamp his foot on Yamoshi's chest, as if now the adrenaline of gaining this newfound power from Yamoshi had given him a much-needed burst of energy. As a grumbling Yamoshi, still in pain, would say,
Vegito, you either kill me here and give me a Saiyan's death, or nothing. You think I'm becoming a part of you? Then you can think again. You are not worthy. You are not even a Saiyan in my eyes anymore. A weakling. Take my energy and kill me, but I will not be held prisoner inside of you.
but with speed,
Whoa.
Vegeta would duck his head down to look Yamoshi in the face, before ominously saying,
You'll do whatever I want you to do, God. In this state, I don't think you have the leverage to suggest any different.
Damn, yeah, Moshi must be.
Normally,
you know,
I would just
depleted
take
of
your
energy.
energy. But for the so-called strongest Saiyan in history, with knowledge of the Saiyan forms and abilities that surpass even mine, I'm afraid things will have to go a
I
little
mean, that does
different.
make sense. That does make sense.
Now hold still.
As Vegito would then slowly clip on an earring onto himself and the other onto Yamoshi, who mutters out, "No!" before screaming out one final
blood-curdling
time,
scream.
but of course,
Oh no.
it all just being futile. As soon both Vegito and Yamoshi would begin glowing in a bright light, and eventually lost completely within it, nothing short of a mesmerizing fusion takes place.
Alright, so we have a new fusion now.
And in the aftermath, one figure remains. One figure we all know, back in completely perfectly undamaged clothing, surrounded in a more raucous black lightning than usual.
Yeah, just magic clothing,
even wide
bro.
face.
This clothing just magically appears.
Finally, the face of Vegito the God Killer is then seen, smirking smugly, but strangely, only one side of his face is visible to us.
Okay.
But despite this, immediately, we are back with Yamoshi, his face seemingly completely healed too, as he appears to wake up suddenly from a sleep. Quickly, Yamoshi would then begin looking around, surrounded only by white nothingness, as if in the hyperbolic time chamber. And with his clothes
so that's how it looks
all
inside
back
of
intact,
Vegito's
he let
mind,
out,
okay.
Where the hell am I? This isn't Otherworld. Did he actually erase me in the end? Whoa! But from afar, it's finally revealed where Yamoshi had indeed arrived, as both Vegeta and Goku then notice him from afar. Vegeta, with a puzzled look, would then comment,
What now? Isn't that the warrior Vegito was just fighting?
while Goku similarly wonders, I don't know, but he doesn't look too happy to be here. And soon, Yamoshi would notice them back too. And additionally, not just Goku and Vegeta, but Black, Boo and the demon in there as well.
Okay.
Leading to Yamoshi at first quietly thinking to himself,
Wait a second here. 2 Saiyans, a pink creature, and a demon. No. Vegito, you animal, you didn't! He fused with me by force!
the rage then builds up
no.
within the ashamed third until... Suddenly, in a fit of rage, he would power up to his full power, true Super Saiyan God form, screaming out, How dare he! If you think you can keep a god of my caliber trapped in here, then you're in for a shock, Vegito! I'll destroy you from the inside! And as Yamoshi's power rules uncontrollably, Goku and Vegeta, even from far away, are forced to cover themselves from the sheer force created. But soon, the power-up is cut short, when Yamoshi then points his finger at Goku and Vegeta, commenting,
You two, I can tell from your looks alone, you're the 2 Saiyans responsible for all of this. The 2 Saiyans that made up the God Killer. You're as guilty as him. And for that, you will be exterminated first!
instantly then
damn,
rushing towards
whoa.
the defenseless Goku and Vegeta with the unfathomable speed meant only to deal with Vegito.
Kakarot, get ready!
You don't need to tell me, Vegeta. Be careful!
Look at Goku's face.
As immediately, in response, the 2 Saiyans from Earth braced themselves in battle stance, doing their best to defend in time.
Okay.
But shockingly, out of nowhere, the unthinkable appears before Goku and Vegeta to protect them
Hey, yo,
and
Vegito?
stop Yamoshi's full power punch with just one finger.
Okay.
As Vegito appears at the very last second, before saying with a smirk, "Unfortunately,
Okay, that's Vegito's new
Yamoshi,
look.
You'll be doing nothing as you're a part of me now. Now settle down before the new, strongest Saiyan in history." Leaving the
Yeah,
third
he has
not
that
only
mark on his
shell-shocked
cheek, bro.
with his sudden appearance,
Oh,
but
damn.
also with a look of PTSD as he mutters back, "You, how? That mark on your cheek? No! No!"
Wow. Wow, guys, bro. Bro, I was just expecting Goku to just escape from Ultra Vegito and do I don't know what, but we had Jiren, Yamoshi, just craziness, guys. So thank you guys for watching, of course. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.